What is the best herbicide for Poa annua? Depends on the kind of grass you have. So if you have warm season turf grass, I am a huge fan of Certainty. Now there are other products that will do Poa, but Certainty is excellent, cost effective in my opinion. It also does for sedge control. Certainty is also excellent. So if you have warm season turf grass, I would do Certainty and surfactant. The nice thing about Certainty, what I also like, is there's no temperature restrictions with this. So you can spray it now, you can spray it, well, you won't have sedge in this, you won't have Poa in the summer, but I mean, it works over a broad temperature range with little to no discoloration of your lawn as long as you stick to the correct rates. For cool season turf grass, bring your wallet. It's also a product made by New Farm, is a product called Velocity PM. This is excellent against Poa annua and Poa trivialis. What I'd say it works best in is fescue lawns and ryegrass lawns. There are some cultivars of Kentucky bluegrass that will tolerate this, but because like Poa annua and a lot of KBG, they're like cousins, they're kissing cousins to an extent. You have to be really careful with using Velocity on a KBG lawn. Again, there's a list on the store. Actually, I can show you really quick here. If you go to the golf course lawn store, if you go to shop, and then weed killer and Velocity PM should be right here. We have an article or like a list that that New Farm gave to us that has the again, these are ones that they've tested, are cultivars that have acceptable tolerance. So when they say acceptable, you may get some slight discoloration, but it's not going to kill it. So this is a list that they gave me that that's within the description here. But yeah, the thing about this is about Velocity is that this one pint, this 16-ounce bottle covers like 7 acres. So while it seems expensive, believe it or not, this is actually less expensive per application than Certainty is. The challenge is that it only comes in this size, and that's why you know the cost is what it is. The thing about the Velocity that you have to keep in mind though is that Poa annua, much like other weeds in your lawn, it's very difficult to completely eradicate it. So the PM in Velocity PM stands for Poa management. So it's something you're going to be using, you know, over the years. So you'll do an application, say this season, do another one 4 weeks later, and for the most part, you're going to win the battle against Poa annua for this year. But then next year, it's likely going to be back, and you have to do it again. So it's not like you're not going to be able to make use of the bottle as you continue to take care of Poa in your lawn. But the short answer to your question is, if you got cool season turf grass, rye and fescue, Velocity PM. If you have warm season turf grass, look no further than Certainty. Certainty, you want to use surfactant with it for best results. With Velocity PM, no surfactant.